Determination of the optimal amount of trained data in the detection of hoax news of Indonesian news media on Twitter using supervector machine with Word2Vec. Team members: 1. Gifar Gymnastiar, 14011944012. Naufal Hafizh, 1401202422923. Rizky Bimo, 15012130454. Dastaditya Sada, 15012133025. Did it Audi. Abstract. This research aims to develop a system that can accurately classify hoax and non-hoax news on Twitter. In this research, support vector machine, SVM, and Word2Vec algorithms will be used to perform classification. In addition, this research will determine the optimal amount of trained data to improve classification performance. Previous research has not discussed the method of determining the right amount of trained data in the classification of hoax news on Twitter, so this research will fill the void. In addition, the Word2Vec algorithm will be implemented to improve text representation that can affect classification performance. Hoax and non-hoax news datasets collected from Twitter will be used to train SVM and Word2Vec models. This research is expected to provide a better understanding of hoax news classification on social media, help social media users in distinguishing true information and reducing the spread of hoax news. Introduction. Technological developments facilitate access to information, but it also triggers the spread of hoax news, which is detrimental and causes enmity between groups. This study aims to determine the optimal amount of trained data to improve fraud accuracy. The main focus is SVM and Word2Vec methods. SVM resolves classes on input, whereas Word2Vec holds words to vectors. The purpose of this research is to contribute to the fight against hoax news on Twitter, which is increasing. Problem formulation. 1. The dataset used is Indonesian news media on Twitter. 2. The tweet data will be classified into two classes, namely hoax and non-hoax. 3. This research uses the support vector machine algorithm with Word2Vec word embedding. Literature review. 1. Support vector machine, SVM, is one of the following. Method that can be used in the process on classification or regression process. The SVM method can classify problems in a linear manner. But currently SVM has developed to solve problems in a nonlinear manner by finding a hyperplane that is used for the maximum distance between data classes, Octaviani, Wulandari, and Isprianti, 2014. 2. Word2Vec is a word vector representation algorithm that is able to achieve the best performance in NLP, natural language processing, by grouping similar words having the same vector. Word2Vec computes word representations into vectors using neural networks. Word2Vec transforms each unique word as a vector. The advantage of Word2Vec is that it can represent the contextual similarity of two words in the resulting vector. Nikolov, 2013. Discussion. The dataset that will be used in this final project is taken from social media Twitter. The dataset will be used in the form of Twitter user tweets about Indonesian media. Dankor Brimov Pali 7435 said. In Saya ala Korpoleru will be more victorious. Labeling. Labeling is the process of labeling the data that will be studied by the system. Here is an example of the data labeling process. Text. Brimov unit of Metro Jaya Police together with Hima Ip Bogor volunteers participated in the distribution of humanitarian aid for victims of the earthquake natural disaster in Cianjur, West Java. Pre-processing. In the Python programming language, there is a library that will help the pre-processing process, namely the Natural Language Toolkit, or abbreviated as NLTK. Case folding aims to convert all letters in the data into lowercase letters. Stop word is done to remove words that have no effect in the model building process. Word2Vec aims to find hidden interactions in a word and then will visualize the word into a vector form. The learned semantics of a particular word is influenced by the surrounding words. The author uses one of the architectures in Word2Vec, the skipgram, which is used to predict the context around the current word bounded by a window. Conclusion and evaluation. This research uses the Support Vector Machine (SVM) method with Word2Vec word embedding to improve the accuracy of detecting hoax news on Twitter. By combining SVM and Word2Vec, this study found that this method can be an effective approach in combating the spread of fake news on social media. Further testing is needed to validate the effectiveness of this method on a larger scale and with a wider dataset. This research hopes to make a positive contribution in combating the spread of hoax news on Twitter. This research aims to determine the optimal number of data trains to improve hoax detection accuracy. With an increase in accuracy in detecting hoax news, it is hoped that the public can obtain more accurate information and reduce the negative impact of spreading fake news.